Never been on my level. Keep pushing hits, how you in trouble. You my money.
Yeah, but what time do you sleep again? I got to my bed. I was at my bed at 12. But I woke up.
So kailan tayo magpapagupit? Huh?
You said yesterday, but I never actually did.
I was waiting for you.
I said, you said, what time? I said, you did.
Sana, what time tayo magpapagupit?
I said, you did. I said, and
it's the Kings to start out. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Sabonis is out there with Shrimp. Then it's Pippen.
I don't have it.
And it's Smith. And it's Stoudemire in at the point.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Stoudemire, the pass to Sabonis. Back to Stoudemire. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Durant.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Hardaway inside. The kick out to Bryant. Jacks up a three. That one doesn't drop. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Smith. And he uses the glass on the layup. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Kobe. Over to the left wing. Stoudemire with the double team. With the shot. Here's Bryant. And Bryant slams it in.
Yeah, if you're going to give Bryant a lane to the rim, then you deserve to get dunked on. You know how tenacious he is when penetrating inside.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Stoudemire. Rebound by the Kings. And here is Hardaway. Kicks it to KD. Trying to get open his shot. They get it again on the wing, Kobe. Back to O'Neal. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Durant. Launches it. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You see how quickly Durant sets up for the catch-and-shoot shot, giving the defense no chance.
Right side, Sabonis. Over Kobe. Misses off the right iron.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
Durant with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. KD's got 8.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Shrimp. Now here's Pippen, guarded by KD. And they get it. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Las Vegas leading by 6. Outside Hardaway. Outside Bryant. Three-pointer. And another 3 for Las Vegas.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
the Trailblazers now. Smith drives in. Stoudemire outside. Pass to Schrempf. For Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Shaq.
Yeah, and the size of Schrempf there makes it difficult on the D, really forcing them to have to foul on the way up.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops. So for Las Vegas, LeBron, he's checked in for Davis. Jordan comes in for Kobe. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Hardaway. And Schrempf drops them both. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Rose. Sabonis grabs the board. Portland trails by 7. From 17 feet out. No good from Schrempf.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Schrempf against Rose. Outside Jordan. Over Smith. Misses off the left iron.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Count it. Smith's got his second basket.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Rose. The 3 from KD. Good on the triple. KD's got 11 points.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for O'Neal. Portland trails by 8. Anthony, the pass to Wells. Here's Augman, guarded by Jordan. Grant kicks to Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Nice move. O'Neal, great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Durant, the pass to James. Outside for Jordan. And then slammed in by Jordan.
You won't find a much more entertaining sight. I'd call that slam dunk contest level.
1:57 left in the first quarter. Anthony against Rose. Here's Augman. His 3-pointers off the mark. Las Vegas leading by 8. KD dishes to Rose. Outside Durant. And they pick up 2.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
A minute 20 left to play here in the first. Augman passes to Wells. Over KD. The shot by Wells, no good. And here's Las Vegas. 10-point lead. Rose, that's good.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Here's Augman. Second shot opportunity. No good on that one. Great D that time from Duncan. Rose kicks to Jordan. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Jordan's got 5.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Las Vegas. 15-point game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Jordan's gone 3 for 4 here from the field. Here's Anthony. And there's the feed to Grant. looking to end the run. The shot's good.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Rose, and Rose throws it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And so it's Las Vegas. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, look here, Kevin here. Wow, alright, Republicans are currently on a GOP conference call discussing the $2,000 stimulus checks. During the conference call about the $2,000 stimulus checks, Trump also released a statement that he has officially vetoed the NDAA, that's the National Defense Authorization Act. This is something that he has been widely threatening to do, and he has officially vetoed it. It is the $740 billion spending bill for the military, pay raise for the military of 3% weapons, compensation, tanks, planes, you name it. Trump issued the following statement, which doesn't provide us all of the details as to why we don't vetoed this act, but he does mention that I am returning without my approval H.R. 6395, the National Defense Authorization Act for 2021. My administration recognizes the importance of the act to our national security. Unfortunately, the act fails to include critical national security measures, including provisions that fail to respect our veterans and our military history. This section, by the way, is known as the Warren Amendment. The Warren Amendment, for Elizabeth Warren, renames certain bases like Fort Bragg and other bases throughout the country that relate back to the Confederate war history. And this act for Donald Trump here contradicts efforts by my administration to put America first in our national security and foreign policy actions. It's a gift to China and Russia. Now, the section about it being a gift to China and Russia, many folks are confused about this because in the military bill, they actually have provisions that strengthen their sort of countermeasures to China and Russia. So Donald Trump hasn't fully given details on what he means by it, why China and Russia would agree with this bill, but we do know that the big two things, the military history, and then I wrote the other thing down here, which we've talked about many times. I won't go crazy into detail on this right here. Section 230, basically, Donald Trump's really pissed that Twitter and YouTube can censor Republican networks for this could be false or misleading tags on things. Donald Trump is very anti that. Section 230, by repealing liability protections for Twitter, YouTube, and these other platforms, that would essentially open up to those companies to being sued by, let's say, Donald Trump for tagging him for potentially false or misleading posts. So that's really what's going on, the Section 230. So that's why this veto is happening. Now, beyond the veto, what other information did we get? We got some more information on stimulus in particular. So here's the thing. Kevin McCarthy, well, I guess in order to properly set this up, I have to say, technically, this NDAA passed with a veto-proof majority in both the House and the Senate. Democrats like Elizabeth Warren have already come out to call Trump's veto unconscionable. The problem, however, even though this bill passed with a veto-proof majority, is you already have people like House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who we've also got stimulus updates on. He already said that he will not go against Donald Trump to veto the bill. And so this is where we get back to the conference call. We've got representatives, all Republicans here, like Don Bacon saying Donald Trump just threw Republicans under the bus. Now, this is likely because Republicans made a compromise deal with Democrats, and then after making a deal with Democrats, Donald Trump kind of goes in and rug out from them. Representative Virginia Fox says they need to get people on the TV right away and set the record straight. So this is really because Republicans have been pretty quiet. The only ones talking in the media have so far been Democrats who have been, decrying Donald Trump's actions, saying, hey, we've been talking about doing the $2,000 stimulus checks all along. Donald Trump, obviously, in recent weeks has also been talking about doing the $2,000 stimulus checks. It was just a week ago that he was told by the White House, don't do that. Don't ask for $2,000 stimulus checks and blow up negotiations. And of course, when the power came to him, That's the first thing he did, is ask for $2,000 stimulus checks. So it is true, though, Republicans have been mostly silent. It's really hard for us to get updates from Republicans.
So
We know
reliable.
Democrats
They
are on
really
board.
leaned
Maybe
on
these
him at the
$2,000 stimulus
offensive
checks.
end.
Democrats are ready to do
And
it.
it's Smith with
But
the
on
ball.
the stimulus
He brings it up
portion,
for
Kevin
Portland.
McCarthy came out and said that
It's
Trump,
Pippen
what's
on
his
the
face?
wing.
One, Trump has not yet decided for sure whether he's going to veto
kicks
the
it to
stimulus
Trump.
bill at all. So now it's even entirely possible that
All the way
Trump
against Stoudemire.
won't end
Left
up
outside.
vetoing the stimulus bill. And
Brings
if
it
he
from
does
beyond the
nothing,
arc.
it'll just
Smith's
become
got
law
trouble.
after about another 8
Smith there
days by
pulling up from
default.
deep. His three-point shot
Now
was
Trump
as
could
good
also
as it
still
gets.
come out and
How
sign
close,
it,
Davis.
but that would also be odd
That
because
drops and it comes
if
off
Donald
the assist from
Trump
Hardaway.
at this juncture comes out and just
Hardaway's
signs
got
the
his
stimulus
fifth
bill after
assist in this
delaying
one.
it, he would really have only won by getting everybody kind of
Against
riled up for
Bryant.
$2,000 and not getting $2,000 and then delaying the
Kobe
arrival
with
of
the steal.
$600
Oh, and
stimulus
here we
checks,
go with
delaying
Kobe.
unemployment
Nobody back.
protections and delaying
And
eviction
Kobe throws it
protections. So
down.
I don't think Trump is
And
going to come out
Bryant
and
has
sign
always
it.
gotten credit for
I don't think he'll
being a
U-turn.
fierce
He might do
defender,
nothing,
clogging
in
and
which case the
digging,
bill becomes
jumping
law.
on those
But by
steals
doing
when
nothing,
they
that's
present
almost
themselves.
like him signing it.
Passes to Stoudemire.
So I
Two
don't
free
know.
throws
I
coming
don't
up, and they
think
call the
Trump is
shooting
going to
foul.
let the $600 stimulus
It's
bill
going
go
to be on
through.
Michael
We'll
Jordan.
talk scenarios in a
Way to
moment, but
attack
it
there
wouldn't
and
look
didn't
good on
create
him
the
because it would
contact.
just look
Portland
like
shooting their fifth
he
and sixth
basically
free
just
throws of the
delayed
game.
unemployment protections and the arrival of the stimulus checks for you. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, we've got more from Kevin McCarthy. So some are suggesting that Donald Trump will end up trying to negotiate, saying something like what we saw Lindsey Graham suggest yesterday. Lindsey
And the
Graham
first
said
one at the
yesterday,
line is
look,
good.
we'll
And
go
how
with the
about that
$2,000
skill set
stimulus
that
checks
Stoudemire
if you repeal
possesses?
Section
A
230 of
lethal
the
mix of
NDAA.
speed
And
shooting.
then
Love
we'll go
watching
for,
the
we'll
mighty
get
mouse
Republicans
play.
on board with
Here's
the
what
larger
Las Vegas
checks.
has got
We'll have
going right now.
Democrats and
Shaq
Trump
is
on board.
checked in
Everything's
for
good in
Giannis
that case.
Antetokounmpo.
Now,
Durant comes in
publicly,
for Michael Jordan.
Donald Trump obviously
And it
says
throws in for
that we'll
Hardaway.
push for the
Anthony's
$2,000
checked in for
stimulus checks
Portland.
because he wants to see Americans get
Flying
more
high
money.
and
This is obviously a
throwing
good
it
political
down
move, but
with
it
one
might be a
hand.
little
One
too
of
late
his
because
favorite
obviously that
moves
could
right
have
there,
been done
guys.
before the election. More importantly, though, I'm seeing this as a
Shooting foul
legacy
as the
check
whistle
for Donald
blows.
Trump
He'll
if he
shoot
gets
two
that
free
through,
throws.
and that can set him up on that
And
potential
working
rematch
Kevin
in
themselves to the
2024 if he
line here in the
decides to run in
second. A
2024.
nice
There were
way
White House
to
rumors
get
that he
your
was going
offense
to
going.
announce
Good
his
on both.
re-election bid by the end of this year, but that has now been delayed to at least
Now
after the
Rose.
inauguration. Now, regarding the $2,000 stimulus checks, and this is where we get another
Outside,
update from McCarthy. The House is expected to hold a
Pass to
remote
Davis.
vote for $2,000 stimulus checks on
Three-point
Thursday.
range. Scottie
But
Pippen
this
grabs the
remote
miss.
vote, because all of Congress has already gone home, keep this in mind. Congress is on vacation. Like, they're literally on vacation right now.
Passes
They
it to
all flew
Sabonis.
home.
Shoots
I mean,
over
I'm sure
Shaq.
some are still
Whistle
busy, but
blows.
most of
Pippen
them
is
flew
good.
home
And
because
they
they were
have a
done.
chance at the
They
line
had
to
done
make
their
it a
work. They
three-point
passed the
play.
National Defense Authorization Act.
Yeah,
They passed the
exceptional
stimulus
play there
package.
to
They
take
passed
the
the
bump
government
and
funding
still
bill.
get it to fall.
They were done.
The
So they all went
Trailblazers
home.
have been at their
Now the
finest
House is
form
expecting to
at
hold
the
a
free throw line
remote, like
tonight.
a voice
8
vote.
attempts,
Basically, they all
8
get on
makes.
Zoom or
And
phone
Las
call,
Vegas
and they go,
making
yeah,
a
we're
change
good.
here.
Like,
Duncan's
what
checked
Nancy
in.
Pelosi's going to do on
And a
Thursday is
switch
say,
here
all right,
also
we've got this
for
amendment for
Portland.
$2,000
Grant's
stimulus
checked
checks.
in.
Does anybody have an
Rose gets to
objection?
Kobe.
And, well, guess what? We got our first
Rose
objection.
passes to O'Neal.
Kevin McCarthy dropped the first ball and
Good,
said
nice
there
job
will
down
not
low.
be unanimous
And the
consent
Kings
for the
lead by
$2,000
21.
stimulus checks.
And
It
O'Neal
will
just
not
a
happen.
brute on
So,
the block, simply
with
overpowered
Republicans now
the opposition.
rejecting
Gets
the
Pippen on the wing.
unanimous passing of the $2,000 stimulus check amendment,
Grant outside.
this sets up basically a disaster. So here are the
the one on the
scenarios that I'm trying
From the
to
baseline.
figure out
Pippen
here.
with the bucket.
It's very
Attacking
likely
the defense
that
with the
Congress
pass.
is going to get
Don't
called
need
back
to
for
be
an
a hero.
emergency session of Congress
Las
by
Vegas
December
leading by
28th.
19.
Maybe this weekend, but tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Durant kicks to
Thursday's
Shaq.
Christmas Day. Then you got Saturday and Sunday. The government is funded through the
Duncan outside.
28th.
Back
12
to
million
Shaq.
people lose their
Three
unemployment
from Bryant.
benefits starting
Carries
this
it from
Saturday, the
three-point
day after
range.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Bryant's got 5
Dysfunctional
points
government.
in the quarter.
Anyway,
Yeah, you gotta
so
know
if they come
Bryant
back for an
looking to
emergency
shoot
session
as
of
soon
Congress
as
next
he
Monday,
gets the ball.
Tuesday, and
The
Wednesday
D can't
before New
give him
Year's
any
Eve,
daylight.
which is really next week would in theory be the last days they can do this
Anthony
before they
taking
get a
his
whole
time
new
here.
Congress that comes in. And I guess it's not whole new, but all the new people who got elected or lost their seats.
Outside
That
Pippen.
changeover happens on January
6 to
3rd.
shoot.
So here are the options. If we do an emergency session of Congress next week, the first option that Congress would have is basically they could pass a continuing resolution to keep the government and the military funded, possibly until January 20, when Biden gets in. So it's entirely possible that Congress could come back, emergency session of Congress, and just say, you know what, this just isn't going to work. emergency. Let's just do a continuing resolution until January 20th, and then as soon as January 20th rolls around, they put the bills in front of Biden, the stimulus bill, which is already agreed upon, and the military bill, which was agreed upon but vetoed. Put those in front of Biden, and Biden signs it. You know, this is assuming that Donald Trump doesn't overturn the election, which that's a whole other thing. We could have a whole separate live stream over those allegations and the fact that can happen. Right now, we stick to the stimulus part. If they pass a continuing resolution until the inauguration, the 20th or 21st, we might literally go from, we're getting tiny checks of $600 to, yay, maybe we're going to get $2,000 stimulus checks too. We got zero. Like, that's literally a possibility right now, is that we could literally go to zero. Not only will we go to zero, but unless we get the eviction ban extended, in the first 3 weeks between January 4th, the first Monday, and January 20th, when Biden says that he will extend the eviction ban, you could have millions of eviction notices issued and fined. Millions of these eviction laws. Maybe you could just straight up get kicked out. A lot of counties, by the way, throughout the country, a lot of counties have already been processing evictions, but they're just not kicking people out yet. So, like, you could literally go through the courts in a lot of counties, get somebody technically evicted, but the sheriff just isn't removing people until the eviction ban is over. So you could literally, January 4th, 5th, 6th, like that week, you could have sheriffs all across the country literally kicking people out of their homes.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a
option number 2 is passing this continuing resolution to the 20th. That would give Congress basically, I mean, Congress wouldn't really have to do it. That would be an easy option for Congress. It sucks for people because everybody would have to wait 3 more weeks, 3 to 4 more weeks. But it would be an easy option for Congress because all Congress is doing then is saying, hey, look, we agreed on the stimulus, we agreed on the government funding, we agreed on the NCAA, we don't want to open up a can of worms, so let's just literally kick the can down the road 3 weeks, and then, again, unless Trump overturns the election, Biden will just sign and we'll be done. That is totally impossible. So that's option number 2. That's option number 1. Okay, so option number 1 is a continuing resolution. Option number 2 is Congress forces a veto vote on the NCAA. Technically, Congress can't have a veto vote on the stimulus bill because Trump hasn't technically vetoed the stimulus bill yet. So option number 2 is force a veto vote. Oh, here we go. Lindsey Graham won't vote override veto without move on Section 230. He's just joining with Kevin McCarthy. This is what I think. So this is why this option 2, I don't see it happening. So option number 2 is Congress comes back for an emergency session. They force a veto override vote. But that's going to force Republicans to pick sides. You already have Kevin McCarthy and Lindsey Graham now saying they're not going to pick a side. And picking a side is going to be very dangerous because here's what happens. If Republicans pick sides, you take the Republican Party, you break it in half, and now you have a divided Republican Party. You're going to have, the Graham group and the McConnell group. And you can't vote for a Graham group and McConnell group going into the Georgia 5th Senate runoff election. So if you end up with a divided party, Republicans get screwed. Then they end up losing control of the Senate, like almost guaranteed, because the Republican Party can't stay together. And usually when you have internal divisiveness, you don't get votes, as many votes. You can still get you'll still get like the loyal Trump, right? Like the loyal Trump vote is still going to turn out vote Republican across the board. But the people are like, well, we want a functional Republican Party. You're going to lose those votes. And you've got like a 1% margin right now in Georgia. So an override vote on the NCAA is something that possibly Congress could do. But I don't see that happening.
Here's Smith.
Because, again, it's going to divide the Republican Party. Republicans just won't go for it. So even though Republicans, and you hear this a lot, well, when Kevin, these bills pass with a veto-proof majority, doesn't matter. Like, they can pass with a veto-proof majority, but then when it comes to a veto vote, Republicans can say, well, look, I'm fine with the bill, but I'm not fine going against Trump. So that's how you can lose veto votes. So when you hear veto proof, it means nothing. There is no veto proof. Okay, so obviously, option number 2 with this override voting on the NCAA, probably not going to happen. So option number one is pretty crappy because it just delays everything.
Was maybe more of a
Probably number two, the veto override, probably not going to
it's
happen.
winning
Okay,
time.
here's option number three. This is the most complicated and in my opinion would probably have the same effect as option number one. Option number three is there's an emergency session of Congress and they compromise on the NCAA. And they compromise on stimulus packages. Maybe we get a counteroffer of checks. Maybe we get larger checks. But then maybe they say, well, if we're going to go with larger checks, Democrats, we don't want ITIN families getting the stimulus check. See, that's something that I didn't clarify this morning.
You like that he's
yes, technically illegal, and I'm going to say or because not everybody with an ITIN number is illegal. There are people with visas who have ITIN numbers. Some have socials too. It's so overwhelming and complicated. I want to separate this out. This morning, I mentioned that families of somebody with an ITIN number could get stimulus checks. So if, let's say, husband has social security number, two children have a social security number, that's $1,800 in checks. But you also have the retroactive provision. And this is where, because of the way this bill is structured, this right now changes to the CARES Act, actually. People could go back and claim their CARES Act stimulus check of $1,200 and the money for their children as well. That's another option. So people would get a $600 check and a $1,200 check if they were in a relationship with somebody or married to somebody with an ITIN number. And then just to finalize this point on the ITIN, and we keep going with option 3 here, finalize the thing about the ITIN. Some folks are saying, well, Kevin, look, technically, people with ITIN numbers who might be illegal aren't getting stimulus checks, but their family members are, which is the same thing as them getting the money. So I think that's where that kind of like potentially undocumented people are getting stimulus checks. So that's clear. So option number 3 is this compromise option. So maybe we go for a larger stimulus check, but then we have to have a debate about all this stuff with the ITIN, or we have a debate and a compromise on the naming of the Confederate bases, or we have a compromise on Section 230, which honestly, if this goes into a debate over Section 230, there's no way this package is going to get done for the next month because Section 230 is a nightmare. And then guess what's going to happen? If all this crap gets delayed another month, we're going to go, okay, cool, now we have the stimulus package and the delay, and maybe Biden will just sign those. Oh, but wait a minute, now it's time, technically we're supposed to start talking about liability protections and funding state and local governments. We're going to be another 30 days down the road, and more state and local governments are going to suffer. So, either way we look at it, with all of the options right now, it looks like Congress is going to have to come back to conduct some form of emergency session, which could, quite frankly, basically just lead to the can getting kicked down the road for another 20 to 30 days. And again, they can't veto override the funding bill right now or the stimulus bill because Trump has 10 days to veto it. He's got about 8 days left. So let's see here if we've got any other updates quickly, and then I'll answer a few questions. I do want to just make a mention here that Biden this morning did reiterate the $10,000 in student debt relief as a priority of his. Okay, any other updates here? Now just the Graham update. Congress should vote to repeal Section 230 as requested by President Trump. I will not vote to override unless an effort is made to wind down Section 230. An effort is made. Okay, that's interesting. New variant of COVID found in Northern Ireland. Great, it's already spreading. Okay, House Minority.
checked in for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, exactly. Will fail. Yeah, exactly. We already know that. We talked about Kevin McCarthy refusing the $2,000 checks. And Schumer's just throwing out some big stuff. All right, so let's answer a few questions here. Let's see if we can Yes, Donald Trump did veto the defense bill.
He could have tried to force a shot there. Instead, LeBron keeps his eyes up.
The problem right now, folks, if you're thinking about signing up for unemployment or the stimulus check or the EIDL, we do not have a bill. There is no bill right now. We have no deal. Literally, all of the stimulus stuff we've been talking about the last week could just evaporate because they come back and just, all right, we'll just fund the government for another week. Another month. See you later. It's entirely possible. Because think about the two basic scenarios we have here. The two basic options are we get the $2,000 stimulus checks and we don't compromise on anything. We just get the $2,000 stimulus checks. That would be great. That would be easy. That's option number one. That's the easy option. Just do the $2,000. Done.
Once he sees an
That comes with problems,
opportunity,
though, because you're
he'll
going to split the
pounce
Republican
all
Party.
over it. You
The
can see
second
him do
easy
this
option is
the most
Trump
at
just
the end
signs
of
the
close
stimulus
games.
bill and the
yes, it's
extension
good.
of the government's
Sabonis
funding,
has got
which is
9.
possible,
You know, maybe
but it's going to
save
make
that
Trump look
fadeaway
bad
move for
because
when
Trump
he
just
really
delayed
needs
everybody
it.
from getting their the tiny
Jordan
$600
kicks to
checks.
Giannis.
So that's not good. Neither of those easy options are actually that easy.
Rose looking around.
And really, the third thing is
Back
Congress
to
coming back,
Antetokounmpo.
emergency session, kick the can down the road. So
Fires from deep.
none of this is
And
going to
it's
be
Derrick
easy. You're
Rose with the
absolutely
3.
right about that.
15
I
points
believe
in
that
the
if
game.
Trump doesn't sign
Each
the Progress
possession,
bill,
more
it will
confidence
not
from
become
Derrick
law.
Rose. He
Congress
wants
ends
the
by
basketball. He's
Jan
starting to
3rd
knock
with
him
the
down.
10th year. Yeah, it does become a cognitive. Yeah, and actually that creates some other
Anthony against
complications.
Rose.
See, because
And the pass to
technically,
Ogden.
when the session of Congress ends, all of the
Outside,
bills
Sabonis.
from that session die with it. So, I mean, they could just take the same bill and just repass it
Good
in
on the
the next
3-point shot.
political
Both teams running
So
perimeter-oriented plays
yeah,
that are
I'm
working.
looking.
How
Ooh,
often do we
what was
see
that?
this these days? Clubs
Was
answering
that you?
each
Ooh,
other from lane.
That's someone else.
are you
Double team
sure?
on Rose.
Yes,
Giannis outside.
I think it's a streamer
Yes, it's Rose
and
with the assist that
TikToker.
time.
Oh, okay.
Rose has got 3 assists now in this one.
You have to charge your phone.
Anthony with it.
rivalry for Trump is getting reelected
Over
either
Rose.
now or in
It's
2024.
off.
And Trump
so it's Las
sees
Vegas.
Section
With
230
a
as a
huge
way
lead
to
at the break.
stop
Safe to say
him
there's
from
no
getting
catching
reelected.
him today.
Because it's a
The
way of,
scoring
anytime
has
he's on
been
social
tremendous,
media, when
and
he
they are
prizes
shooting
as
lights
a
out
way to
with
communicate with
very
the
high
public,
accuracy.
it is a way
Back to the
for
action
him to
after
be
this word.
separated from social
This
media.
guy got
The Section 230
130
because,
kills.
I mean, he gets flagged all the time.
This guy was
It's
only using a Mac
pretty, it's gotten to be pretty rough on him. And I think every time he gets flagged by Twitter,
And while we can now,
every
let's take
single
a
time
look
he
at
gets flagged,
today's
I guarantee you,
statewide assist
it
of the
pisses
game.
him off even more.
And, you can always count on him for at least
Really,
a
we could
couple
say that it's
of
Twitter's
these
fault.
pretty assists over the course of the
Because
game.
look,
And this one,
so here's the election
See
fraud
why they trust
video,
him
right?
with the
The 10
ball in
minute
his
one from
hands.
yesterday.
He can make
This
the
claim
simple
about
play,
election fraud is
and he can
this is
pull off the
Trump's
spectacular.
Twitter.
And as we head
This
into
does
the
not make
fourth,
it
we'll see
easy
if there's
for
a
him
comeback in the works,
to push for
or if
re-election.
it's more of the
It's
same from
absolutely
the
Section
first 3
230.
quarters.
Massive.
You got Rose,
Massive issue.
and it's
But it's not
Gunnaridge
something
in
we
at the
can
2
quickly
spot.
solve. Democrats
Sabonis.
like Section 230. It's been hotly debated so many times that it's a disaster of a
Back
thing.
to Davis.
Very, very, very
Pass to
difficult to
Ogden.
solve. Very difficult. So right now, yes,
Davis
Republicans
gets the
are refusing to do the $2,000
The
via
17-footer.
unanimous consent in the House. This means
The shot
actually,
will not
technically,
fall.
we don't even have to
And
wait
it's
for
the
Mitch
Kings
McConnell
taking
right
it
now
the other
because
way.
we already know it's not
Timeout
going to happen
called
in
by
the
the
House.
Kings.
And Kevin
And
McCarthy
as
says it's not
fans
going to
and
happen. Remember, you need the
broadcasters,
House
we're not
and the
permitted
Senate, right?
to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Any other questions here in the morning there? Simpsons predicted complete destruction of America January 2021. Well, it is possible, and this is something to keep in mind. I don't think America's going to get completely destructed, but I think you can see the stock market have complete destruction. It can be painful. I mean, so far the stock market is struggling with stuff, but you can see some serious issues in the market.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Yeah, it's absolutely possible. And I was actually going to shave as a Christmas present for Lauren, but, I'm not going to shave until we get those checks.
He's been an NBA champion
So
and a Finals
unfortunately,
MVP
I have to come
all in
up with a different rule.
2017, and I still feel like
Bloomberg here is reporting Trump vetoed the $740.5 billion U.S. defense bill after Congress refused to include language that would abolish liability protections for tech companies, including Facebook and Twitter. That is exactly right. Now, I still wonder how Donald Trump claims that the bill hurts China and Russia.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
And Portland with the ball. Outside, Davis. And there's the pass to Shrimp. And the 3 off target. Stolen by O'Neal. Smith finds Davis. Smith feeling it out a bit. Poked loose. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go.
Unbelievable. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Hardaway against Davis. Pass to Schrempf. And here's Pippen over Durant. Portland again missing. And now the Kings fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. From 18 feet away. Up again. And it's Shaq with the rebound. O'Neal's gotten just one of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Doubled by Smith. Davis, the pass to Bryant. And Kobe throws it down.
That's next level stuff from AD. One of the great scorers in the game. He draws the eyes of the defense and locates the open man.
And it's Davis with the ball for the Trailblazers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. It's Pippen on the wing. Pippen is doubled. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Shaq. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Wells is checked in. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Down to 5 on the shot clock. O'Neal misses and the dry spell continues. O'Neal's gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%. Hardaway kicks to Davis. Bryant looking over the floor. Pass to Davis. Inside. Duncan inside. Schrempf covered. And it's Davis missing. Smith outside. Ball's knocked loose. Kobe with the steal. And here's the fast break. Bryant leading the way. Passes it to Hardaway. The dish to Duncan. Bryant against Smith. Kobe kicks to Durant. From downtown. The putback. It's good on the putback.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
At the top of the key, Wells. Smith right side. Up top, Schrempf. Wells passes to Smith. And here's Davis for 3. Here's O'Neal, a second chance effort, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he can't get the first one. A different look now for Portland. Sabonis, he's checked in for Schrempf, and it's Brown in for Davis. And the second free throw, good.
Absolutely turn on.
Now here's Hardaway. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
You won't find a much better alley-oop partner. AD flying to the rim.
And Portland has possession.
You're so good.
And here is Brown. Out to the right wing. Wells wide open. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Out to Hardaway. And Brown over to help. Back to Hardaway. 4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance. Now the pass to Oni.
Bro, you
Here's
guys
Guthrie.
watch the one.
Las Vegas needs to get off a shot. And it's Davis missing. And here are the Blazers. Brown feeling it out a bit. Goes back up. Smith. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Las Vegas calls timeout. They're up. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Penny Hardaway.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight, spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just giving them just what they needed at that point guard position.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Despite the amount of punishment Rose has taken to his body, he still plays with no fear.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
I broke your ankle so
A
hard.
minute 20 left in the game.
Then your ankle broke.
On against Rose. Here's Wells. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Goodrich. Las Vegas again missing.
So hard.
Now here's Wells. Not a lot of room. Tries again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The free throw drops for Wells. And Wells drops them both. 52 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Rose. Davis in the corner. The tray. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Good job by AD. Gets his feet set, on balance, shoulders squared, has the athletic flexibility of a smaller player.
Brown the pass to Sabonis. Now Wells. Left side Sabonis. 5 to shoot.
Of course you just
Pass
have
to O'Neal. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Anthony. Now Wells. Passes to Sabonis. So we see Las Vegas taking the W here.